There is something in the water in Zurin. They have belligerent rulers. Prince Albrecht was always scheming and plotting and attacking his neighbours, and his replacement, Baron Brietz, turned out to be cut from the same cheesecloth. Zurin is, admittedly, in a difficult situation, sandwiched between Crimsonia, West Thuiber, and Trentus. Trentus occupies Skutsburg, and West Thuiber Verkoverhügel as spoils of the last war. West Thuiber has a permanent hostility to the Zurinese leadership after the assassination of their beloved Mirza Veers, spiritual leader of the United Tribes of West Thuiber, which can best be described as a theocratic republic. Brietz began his rule promising his people to regain Skutsburg, though apparently less concerned with Verkoverhügel. The focus was on improving the economy, strengthening the military, and improving weapons and drill. Thus, the Zurinese infantry are now regarded as the best in Mousropa, though Brietz has also taken the nation into deep debt to sustain these plans. This all came to a head once Brietz heard that Trentus had dispatched a large force of troops to Panchala, and rumours also spread that West Thuiber was sending a viable expedition to lands unknown. Brietz mobilized his remaining forces and crossed the border, after riots and civil disobedience erupted in Skutsburg, calling for a return to Zurinese rule. The Trentish army retreated as the Zurinese assaulted the border forts, taking them without loss. This campaign was on its way to a glorious conclusion, perhaps, except Brietz tried to widen the conflict and get the major powers involved. A Zurinese assassin was dispatched to the Bergkaiser, disguised as a Crimsonian agent, with orders to kill King Sivka. Brietz hoped this would bring Maustria and Crimsonia to war, with Maustria intervening on behalf of Zurin against Trentus and West Thuiber. It was a complicated plan, and went wrong straight away. The assassin was caught by Maustrian security patrols and immediately confessed. The Crimsonians and Maustrians were both outraged by this attempted murder and conspiracy to incite a general war, and sent troops and support against Zurin. Crimsonia occupied the southern city of Hoheneder and threatened Dormaus. West Thuiber landed troops in Lebova and combined forces with Trentus to oppose the Zurinese army. There was almost a battle, and it might have been close, but Brietz lost his nerve at the last moment and called for peace. Because, complicating all of this, a Zurinese team of agents, armed with huge bags of cheese, had crossed the border into West Thuiber to break Prince Albrecht out of prison. It was a fur-brained scheme, and to this day no one is quite sure how it worked or why it was attempted. Albrecht was told that he would be a figurehead to inspire the troops and populace, while Baron Brietz ran the nation. Within a few minutes of being released, Albrecht began plotting against Brietz, sending diplomats to foreign lands and attempting a palace coup to oust the Baron. His assassination conspiracy foiled, his erstwhile puppet prince plotting against him, Crimsonians landing on the coast and his army outnumbered in Trentus, Brietz called for negotiations, arrested Brietz, settled a rapid white peace, and agreed to enter exile with his most loyal companions and what was left of the Zurinese cheese. A Menathian and West Thuiban fleet was sent to Dormaus and have taken the Baron into exile and Prince Albrecht back to his prison. It is unclear who is running Zurin as this phase of the campaign comes to a close, though it is understood that a noble in the Dunbaran regime is next in line to the throne through his mother's cousin's wife's brother's aunt. But there is talk in Zurin of establishing an oligarchic republic headed by 2 consuls. What could possibly go wrong? The campaign continues.